With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks.
Periods of time without a top flight.
We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. Ready to get us started, it's Cade York, and off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. From the 6. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. The 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Saints. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it. Kick it to him at all. I do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Here we go, here we go. Let's get in that end zone. 11.
They'll start here with Jackson. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Jackson to throw. Open man downfield is Johnson. Touchdown, New Orleans. Johnson. 60 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Burrow looking to pass. Being chased out left. And it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Gus Edwards, 81 yards. And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Here we go. Here we go.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. It's such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out as his guys are able to push that. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Jackson, first play, going to throw. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Jackson's throw taken in by Moss. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Throwing is Jackson. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this is going to be intercepted. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, Patterson. Good footwork at the 30. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First and 10, it's Patterson. Takes it to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. We're scoreless after 1. Only needing 2 yards on second down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. They'll give it to Patterson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. On 1st down, going back to Patterson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds. 50 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd and a yard, Jackson. A swing pass here to Edwards. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Play action. It's Jackson. Got a man complete, Calvin Johnson. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Gus Edwards, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. As they kick it away. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mariota. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mariota. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. 2nd half will start with a run by Patterson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Handoff running left, Patterson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Give to Patterson, running to the right. Gets past 1 man. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. They'll run with Patterson. Gets around him and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
To the right side, this is Edwards. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A give for Edwards running right. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And so they'll move it over. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. Touchdown, Saints. Gus Edwards. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Mariota finding Kyle Pitts running the slant. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw Mariota. That's going to be 5. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run the toss here. Edwards. Well, the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Again, it'll be Edwards. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Well, the ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch tomorrow.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Now a timeout called for by the defense. 5 seconds left to go in the game. Jackson to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the